remember being young, looking at grown-ups like, man, I cannot wait to be grown. They able to, eat what they want to. They could stay up as late as they want to. They can tell you what to do, right? They be, up late and then they telling you to go to sleep, right? You telling you like, no, you ain't sleep yet. Well, I got to go to sleep. So I remember thinking about all these things, and then fast forward to me becoming a grown up, I used to look at grown-ups like, man, I can't wait to be grown because they have it all figured out. Then I became grown and I realized like, okay, most grown-ups, or not most, but a lot of grown-ups don't have it figured out, so to speak. Just because you're grown, being an age or a number, don't mean you actually grown, and not just, in one way, but in a lot of ways. So I thought that that was very interesting, and it's something that I, figured out. And it's something I figured out because I realized what technically makes you grown is paying your own bills, right? So, when I start paying my own bills at, 19 years old, as far as, rent and all those things, I really realized like, being grown doesn't really mean much, really. Like, you can be 15 and do what the bare minimum of what a grown-up can do to consider themselves grown, being, just living by your own and taking care of yourself and like all type of stuff like that. So it challenged me to be able to, because when you think about being grown, you think about being able to buy what you want to, right? Go where you want to and do what you want to. But in order to really do that, you have to not only be grown, you have to be a person that's successful. So it really challenged me to, realize the hierarchies of quote unquote being grown. Because, it's like, yeah, you can be grown and be the bare minimum, but then you also can be grown and, do more and expect more out of your life. And me realizing that ultimately nobody has it figured out, it made me feel comfortable to try things and try, to challenge myself in new ways, because nobody has it figured out. Right? And I think the sooner that you realize that, whatever your journey is, I think the sooner you realize that nobody has it figured out, it'll make you comfortable to be able to challenge yourself to try new things and to be able to say, hey, I don't know, I don't know how I'm gonna start. I don't know what I'm gonna start, right? I don't know the start of it, right? But I know what I want, and I know I want it. Ultimately, how I'm gonna get it doesn't really matter, because I'm gonna put one foot in front of the other, and then that's how I get it. And I'm okay with that angle because nobody has it figured out, right? So I think everybody at all phases of life don't have it figured out. From the phases of life of, 18-year-old to, in some ways, phases of life of a 50-year-old. A 50-year-old may not have it all figured out, so to speak, because they're still trying new things. And that's all people really speak from, is the experience, right? So when you're looking at people and, just to give you an example with my personal life, me right now, I only speak to you guys from experience with everything that I do. I'm not speaking to you guys from this place of, feeling like I know it all. That's not what I ever speak from. I speak from a place of my opinion and my experience, because that's the only thing I can speak from ultimately. So people that are, ultimately probably watching this, you guys probably align with me because your experience probably aligns with, my experience, or something you want to experience and things like that. So it's definitely something that is you have to be aware of. Nobody's preaching the gospel. Nobody's teaching the quote unquote truth. Everybody's speaking from their own personal experience. And when you realize that, you'll be okay. You'll be more comfortable to be able to start experiencing things. And then, ultimately, if you fail, you fail, but at least you tried it, right? Because nobody has it figured out. The lights, the glasses, everything that you have and you see around this world, even your phone that you have right now, right? Before it was created, nobody knew how to create it. They just knew what they wanted. And then they just figured out how to create it. Everybody's figuring it out, right? Nobody has it completely figured out. Everybody's figuring it out. And be okay to have it figured out. Don't let that stop you from getting the step in. As always, get the step. And as long as you have your heart in each step, you're already a success.